Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar, Real-Time Daily Trading Ideas. 5 days, 5 traders. Today we will be speaking about trading ideas, strategies, market screenings, and we'll be answering your questions. Many of you will probably have seen it a couple of hundred times, but it is important, so please be aware of it. The risk disclaimer. Trading with financial instruments offered by Admiral Markets carries a high level of risk, which is not suitable for all investors due to their complex nature. Before entering into client agreement or making a transaction, please make sure to read the terms and conditions of our service. If you are unexperienced with our products or trading in general, please do get used to the trading environment by using a demo account. If you have any questions regarding the software or anything, just give us a call and we will be there to answer all of your questions. Alright, this is the schedule for the week. Today it's Giancarlo's turn. And many of you will probably know the reasoning as to why they're trading with us, but just as a quick reminder, we do have best index and Forex offerings with spreads of just 0.6 pips. Alright, enough of me for the moment. I'm passing over the screen to you right now, Giancarlo. We should be able to hear you now.
Good morning, team. Good morning, traders. Welcome to Real-Time Daily Trading Idea. Today, I would like to speak about what happened yesterday, and I would like to introduce some aspect of American stocks exchange stocks indexes. The most part of investor ask if the market is overvalued or undervalued. In recent day, I think you know that was published a study by Warren Buffett that calls for caution in the USA stock market because overvalued. Normally, when Buffett say something like this, he never did wrong because he said it always few months before the most important crisis of last decades. So it's normal we have to take in consideration this study, but we have to understand what we are living. USA equity indices, thanks to a change in the Fed's attitude towards an accommodative monetary policy, no particular brilliant uptrend in this month of April. But in any event, it's the study called by Warren Buffett is logical because, for example, we have a level of evaluation very complicated in the USA indexes. For example, the Dow Jones has an overvaluation of 30% and Nasdaq 84%. So it's logical that we are worrying about this situation, but we have to understand that until we have a low volatility in the market, it's very difficult to assist or some sell-off like the last year or a change in this trend. My idea is that the Warren Buffett study is logical, but I think that this year we can maintain the bullish attitude in the stock markets, and I think that we can have some strong correction in next month, and many investors take this for a reversal of trend, but it will be only a good opportunity to buy at better prices. So my suggestion for this situation is to follow the trend, of course, maintain a lot of caution, but don't change your idea or find a short where multi-day short where it's not possible, because yesterday you know that Nasdaq take all-time hikes and the Standard & Poor's need just 10 points to do this. So you can understand that how it's difficult to manage this market, but I would like to give you some suggestions today, reading the charts. Meanwhile, this morning we have the IFO business climate in Germany. It's very interesting that we maintain a good level, and during the day we have some news about Bank of Canada interest rate decision, and of course crude oil stocks change in the afternoon. Remember that we are leaving the the earnings quarter in USA, and they show a great number, for example, for Twitter or Coca-Cola. Now we are in Europe, we start with corporate earning results, and remember that in this Friday we will have the gross domestic product of USA. Now I would like to start with natural gas, because the last Wednesday I received two ask about natural gas and British pound and Canadian dollar. So I would like to recover, because in the last webinar I haven't prepared nothing about this instrument. Speaking about natural gas, we when I praise it, the longer bearish trend started in November 2018, and I have studied the smart money position to understand what we can have for next days and of course next month. We know that natural gas tried some jumps this week, because was helped by the surge in crude oil futures, but mainly supported by the cooler than forecast temperature over the Easter holiday weekend. Although the market break of it is intraday high late in the session, and the price attempted to rebound yesterday. It is possible that now investors try to create a support area between 2.525 and 2.581. It could be very interesting, because it is possible a great pullback in this instrument, and we can have a sort of momentum explosion if the price break this 2.581. So my idea is possible that if the price go and break this smart money zone, try to reach at least this level near 2.67 and 2.800. So it's possible that price could pull back until this zone. In the same time, the main trend remain bearish, and until the price don't break it at least this level 3.20 to 244, is very difficult to have a strong reversal of main trend. In the same time, we can remember that the price could have another crash, and it is possible that if price break the 2.500, we start a new downtrend with first target here in 2.261. I would like remember that the natural gas move very slow, and the analysis and eventually entering this market will be made on monthly basis, because you can appreciate how this movement ask at least 20-30 days. So if someone is entering the market, needs a lot of patience and maintain the right stop loss. For example, if I would like to arrive here, I have to put at least a stop loss in this zone or in this zone. So we have to maintain at least 1.2 ratio. In any event, for now, I would like to understand if we have this possibility of rebound, because could be more useful, because in this case you can have a good movement just in 1 week. So now I I start with I continue, sorry, with the indexes, and I start with the Standard & Poor. What we are assisting is a great uptrend movement, but you know my idea in the last weeks, and I never change my view about the market that tell you is possible to have a new all-time hikes, and what we are assisting now. For Standard & Poor, I would like to remember that the rally is being fueled by increasing demand for higher risk assets due to what I told you before, or better than expected result from major corporation, in this case Coca-Cola, and in general Twitter and other share in USA market indexes. What we have to understand now that is possible that today we have a new all-time hikes in Standard & Poor, and we maintain the bullish aptitude until the price remain up the 925 for today. But if we have some correction until the price don't break this level here in 906, it is very practically impossible to open a reasonably short. You can try something in opening session this afternoon if the price have some strong bearish candle, but in any event I strongly recommend to buy every pullback, because the trend is bullish. If the price break the last maximum of yesterday, we start this new uptrend, and my idea that is possible, we are prepared to have this uptrend with first target, with final target in this bit for next month here in 3,000 point. For this week is possible to have 30-40 points more of gain in bullish uptrend into Standard & Poor. And if we break the maximum, the next target will be this in 951, and in extension we can arrive at least very near 3,000 point this week. Don't have any surprise if you assist a sort of a various vertical acceleration, because the market is prepared for this typology of movement. And remember that the Standard & Poor maintained the bullish aptitude for this month until the price remain up this level here in 2,877. Until the price remain up this support, remember that it's impossible to have a reversal, at least, sorry, a good important correction in the market. It all depends for if we have this correction for various days. So don't change your idea just for one bearish candle. Now I would like to speak about the situation of Nasdaq, because Nasdaq do all-time hikes. We have reached all targets that we are speaking these weeks. Yesterday we have a break our last target here in 7,775, and now it's logical to think where we can go. My idea that is possible that in the next week we're gonna arrive very near to 80,000 points. But for this week, it's possible to have 100 more points of gain, at least to arrive here at the 7,900. And my idea is to maintain the bullish aptitude in this market. It's logical that we can assist maybe a sort of correction, but traders, we can to have a great reaction to the earning reports from technology giants Amazon, Netflix, Apple, and Facebook. So my idea that it's very complicated to have a correction, but in any event, I would like to remember that until the price remain up, this support is difficult to have at least a strong or more important correction. And until the price remain up this level of 7,536 is difficult to have more bearish acceleration for various days. The same situation is for Dow Jones, but here we can remember that remain in a very low trading ranges because all this situation suggests that investor indecision is very high, and the same time the volatility remain down very low. Sorry. I think that investors seem to reluctant to buy at current price levels, so it's logical that the market maintain this way. So for now, my idea is it's possible that we can touch this week or today this resistance, and in case we break 26,811, we can start a new uptrend with the first target here in 27,000 point, and we can try to reach for next week this situation. Of course, next week we start a new month, and we have a very important setup in the cycle theory. So it will be useful to understand if we can maintain this situation for some week more. Until the price remain up this level here in 26,154, it's impossible to have a good correction, and every pullback will be useful to use for buy opportunity. Remember, in any event, that this is the same situation for the other USA indexes. If the price don't, if we don't have any fall in this market for various days, it's impossible to open a multi-day short. Now, rapidly, I would like to speak about my favorite index, DAX. DAX remain with a strong bullish aptitude. My target for this month is this. I tell you about this in the first part of April. We are very near to reach this 12,442, and now in the 50 minutes you can appreciate how they break this resistance. This is very I would like to give you this buy opportunity, but was not possible. In the last week we give you this buy zone, and you can take some very good points, but for now, this moment we have to wait at least a touch of we can. It's logical to think that today the DAX can touch this level here in 12,302. What we have to do today is to maintain the bullish aptitude in the market, and it's possible that in case we break this level, we start a good uptrend, and we maybe we have touched the minimum this the DAX this week, and we can try to reach a zone between 350, and in extension we're gonna arrive between 364 and 394. I suggest to try a buy stop here, with the stop, of course, of over 30 points at least. We try to reach this zone. Remember, in any event, that we can arrive here in the next 1 hour or minutes. It depends of the power in the USA market. But in any event, if we don't break this level, you can try. If you can assist a strong reversal, you can try some short. For so short side, it's very difficult to try something here. You have to use the resistance to try something like this, and we can put a sell stop only below 12,205 with a stop of at least 30 points, and then we try to reach a zone, this zone. In any event, I would like to suggest some very important support. If the price don't break this zone between 230 and 251, you can try to try something here, and in the same time for buy opportunity. Sorry, in the same time, if the price don't break this level today, it is possible, if Standard Poor going down this afternoon, to have a strong correction. We can speak about 30-40 points due to this volatility could be very useful. I would like to continue with the commodities, and I would like to speak about oil and gold. Oil reached the second target. We know why, because President Trump um, push the prices to the new hikes due to decision to lift the waivers on Iranian oil exports. We have reached the third target we give you in the last webinar, and now it's logical to tell you something very important. If the price can remain in this level this month, we can start a new medium-term uptrend with the target between $70 and $73.05. In the same time, we maintain the same uptrend until the price remain between $73.25, $74.22. We use this support for buy opportunity. At the same time, we can return in this level. If the price today or in the rest of the week break this level, we can arrive in another important target. This is a very important zone because here we have a sort of possibility to have a strong vertical bullish acceleration until $70. So take a long view on this market, because oil can offer a lot of opportunity. Speaking about gold, we remain with bullish aptitude, with bearish aptitude, because we know that gold higher demand for risky asset, okay, and stronger than expected earning reports from USA stock help the bearish situation here in the gold. The precious metal, remember, is also feeling the effect of USA Treasury yield and slightly better USA dollar. We have reached the first target in 1,268. My idea that it's very possible, if the Standard Poor rally during this day to arrive here in the next days or next week until the price remain below 1,284. We remain with bearish aptitude, and we stop only if the price return here, and we have to wait to understand what happened. Long position are advised just if the price going up 1,300 point. But at the same time, I think that is possible. We can arrive here during this day. I would like to take a rapid view about some forex pair. I start, of course, with pound, British pound, Canadian dollar, because you asked me in the last webinar. And we have to understand that in this moment we have a more power in the Canadian dollar respect the pound, because a lack of news in the British Brexit do create a sort of fall in the pound. So it is possible that we can arrive in this very important support here in 1.7244. My idea that this support zone is very strong because was made by smart money, and we are in the choppy range. It's difficult unless you try some reversal in this point. In case we break this level, next day 1.7518, you can try to arrive here, and in this case, if the price remain up this level, we can prepare some long swing to reach at least this level. For short side, I suggest to try something more important, only the price remain below this level. Euro dollar maintain the bearish aptitude due to power of dollar, and the bears anticipate the IFO news of Germany. We was stopped for another time here, and until the price don't return up this level, it's impossible to have some buy opportunity. You can try something in the extreme of smart money level, and here at least we can have increased minimum, but then until the price don't break this level, it's difficult to have a new trend. Maybe May, this historical time is important for the euro dollar to have some swing, we have more answer. Meanwhile, remember that if price remain this zone up 1.1230, we can have sort of pullback. For pound, the same situation. We remember that I suggest you to do some short only below this level, and we have a good situation. Not so many pips, but it's okay. Remember that if price break this level, we can have a sort of bearish acceleration. We can arrive in a zone between 1.2885, 1.2812. Until the price don't recover at least this zone, we can have some pullback, but take a lot of care because it all depend of news from Brexit. I would like to finish with dollar yen, Canadian dollar. Dollar yen maintain a good bullish attitude to low demand for safe haven yen. So the high demand for risky asset help USA dollar to have a good bullish up. To remember that in same time we have a widening spread between USA government bonds and Japanese government bonds. I would like to remember that the very important correlation, because if dollar yen break this level during this week, we can assist a strong of very vertical acceleration, bullish acceleration in the USA markets. In the same time, I don't suggest any short until the price don't break this level, and my idea is possible during these weeks to arrive here very soon. I finish with Canadian dollar, and because we start to go out of this very long choppy range, and we have a break with volume and power in 1.3418. My guess is possible to reach this level during this day. Take a look at what Bank of Canada say about the interest decision this afternoon. I have finished for today, and of course, thanks a lot for your attention. See you next week, and have a good week of trade. Bye.
Thank you very much, Giancarlo. Thanks for the comprehensive analysis. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. If you did enjoy it, as you know, you can review it on YouTube. I wish everyone a good day ahead and a good week ahead. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.